Now I can repeat the same thing in a different way. If I want, I instead of writing here two if condition, what I can do, I can write if, let's say this, otherwise I can go inside else and I can write another one if else there. Let me show you how can. So here I just copied. Now let's forget about it. If here first number and second number both are not equal, then I will go inside and I will write here again if, and I can print my condition here by the way. And here you go. So as of now, we have seen about the data type. Means yesterday we have covered what is different scope of variable. So global scope and local scope, we have seen the block scope. And we have also talked about primitive data type and non-primitive data type. And non-primitive data type is nothing but a combination of primitive data type. Okay, and those non-primitive will always be derived from the primitive. Today we will see type conversion. So whenever, let's say, we want to convert from one data type to another data type, how can we do that? So let's jump here. I will just comment this. So now I will create two variables. So first of all, const number equal to 8. And I will try to convert this number into a string. So for that, let me do console log to this number and try to do the arithmetic operation here. I am trying to add 1. Now I need to execute. So I will navigate to JavaScript folder and there NodeJS. And here, as you can see, I have this value as 9. Means here initially this is a number and it's adding here number. But how can I convert this number to a string? So by writing here to a string, we can do that. Okay, so now if I execute, as you can see, I got here output as 81. Why? Because the type of this number has been changed from number to a string, and here if I do plus, it will act as a concatenation. So that's why here we got this 81. Now let's see, I have a number in a string. So const string equal to, and I have 10 here. I would like to convert it. So for that, what I can do, so console.log string +1. And now if I do, I will get here 1 not on. And this is happening because of a string. So now I need to convert. So I can go with this number function. Okay. So it will convert into a number. So now as you can see here, its value is 10 and it got converted into a number, and I have added 1 and it's become 11 here. And similarly, if you want to do here as well, you can go with the string. You don't need to call this to string function. Something like this, we can call it. Let's understand more about booleans and all, how we deal with, because whenever you are trying to execute any one of the condition, that condition will get converted into a boolean value, true or false. And based on that, it will make a decision whether to execute certain statement or not. So for that, let me create here const bool, and initially value is true. Okay, so boolean have two value, false or true. Now the thing is, I have an application where the requirement is, if I am getting this number, then only I have to show something. Let's say something like this. If I get this number, then only I have to display this number. Okay, so your number is 5. Otherwise, I won't have to display at all. So in that case, what I can do, I can use this and I will convert this number into the Boolean. So now let me show you how can we do that. So here I will write a console log. So console log your number is, and here I will pass this number. So right now, if I execute, I got here, your number is 8. That is what it has been here. Now let's say I will define this value to 0. So here your number is 0. In this case, I don't want to show. Now let's say I have null here. So I don't want to execute this. Your number is null. This is we don't want this behavior to be there. We want to hide this complete statement. We don't want to print. So there is a requirement comes into the picture that we have to convert this number into Boolean. If we have this information, whether number is there or not, whether the valid input exists or not. So based on that, we can write a condition to hide and display. We can get the help from the if condition. Okay. So now here, what I will do, I will just try to print this number first of all. So let's see. So here console.log number, and let me comment these 2 lines. And right now here we are printing. So we will get the number what we have. But I would like to convert into a Boolean. So for that, I can use here Boolean and I can pass this. Now, if I print here, as you can see, I got this as a false. But if the value of number or value of any variable is null or undefined, that will be treated as a false. Okay. Now let me type undefined. Here again, I have this false. Just don't worry about this. We are looking at this statement, how we can convert into the Boolean. Now let me type here 7. And here you go. I have true here. And let me show you one interesting thing. 0 I have typed. And here you go. Why this is happening? This is a number variable. And if I have a value 0, so 0 basically will be considered as a false according to the truth table as well, right? So 0 means false and 1 means true. So except 0, whatever the number you will provide, that will be true. It will convert it into the true if you are converting into the Boolean. Undefined and null will be by default false. Okay. Now let's forget this is a number. So let's say I am passing here a empty string. Now if I execute with the string, as you can see, I got this false because there is no content inside this string. Okay. Now let me write here something. So hey, I wrote, and if I execute right now, I got here true. Okay. So here number will return false in case of 0, null, and undefined. Now, so this is related to Boolean conversion. Okay. Here, string will return false in case of empty string, comma, null and undefined. So this is how it works with the number and string. Now, let's see how we can convert it by using the not operator. So we will do the reverse here. So let's say I will convert this. I will not use these Boolean functions here. So I will just remove it. And again, let's go back and assign a number here. 8. Now I executed, I got this 8. If I do reverse this, means I will use here inverse symbol. And now if I execute, so what it will do, it will automatically convert your number into the Boolean, but it will be in reverse. So if your number was before true, it will make your number as a false. If your number was false, it will just reverse. So right now it will be true. So here, by looking at this, you can say what is the value of this number in Boolean. So the value is 8 here, so Boolean will be true. True, and I am reversing true, so it will be false. So right now I am expecting to get here false. And here you go. But we got just reversed order. But let's see with another one. So right now, here I typed empty, and right now I got true. So this is how it has been written. But if I expand this statement, so it will be something like this. So reverse of Boolean of number. It will be something like this. So now I want to get the original thing. So if this is empty, it should return this false, not true. So for that, I will use another one here, not symbol. I am using twice. So let's say here, if the value is false, it will convert into true. And again, this one will convert into the false. So now if I execute, and here I am providing this value as empty. So right now it will give me false here. If I provide here value as a 0 and execute, it will return me false. If I provide value here 9, and here you go, I have this true. Okay, so this is how we can deal with Boolean conversion. And this one will be more useful. And we do actually render the conditional thing in React most of the time. So it will more required there. Okay, so these are the few types we have converted, and we can convert something like this. So what happened from the API, whenever you get a response, right? So let's say you are getting a student information from the API details. It happened that some of the number value will be in a string, and you would like to do here some calculation. So in that case, you need to convert those string into number from your side. So this thing happen, and there it will be useful. And Boolean, basically, it will be most of the time, it will be useful in the case of the conditional thing, whenever you go for conditional rendering and all. Okay, so operators have two things. First is operands, means the value, and operator means the symbol what going to do the operation. So let's say plus, minus, into, and this divide, these are the operators. And what we write, so let's say I have two numbers. So first number and second number are operands there. So first of all, let's see the arithmetic operator. So for that, here plus, minus, into, and next one we will go with the modulo as well. Okay, so now I will consider two number 23. Now I need to just add them. So I can write here something like this, which will give me a result here 28. If I want to subtract them, I can do something like this. Okay, now if I want to multiply, it will get multiplied. In case of divide, if I go here, I got this value. But in other programming language, it doesn't work like this. Okay, so if you divide in other programming language, you will get their division. Means here, let's say, let me just reverse the order. And if I execute right now, as you can see, we got this 4.6. So if I do division, I will get only 4. And if I do the modulo, I will get the remainder. But here it's getting completely divided. So that's fine as well. So now let's say if I go with the modulo, here right now, we got here 3. And why we got 3? Because if you divide this 23 by 5, 5 4 ja 20, and 3 is remaining. So 3 is the reminder here. So that's why we got this here. In case if you need any time reminder you need to find, so you can go with this modulo operator, and division will give you exact the divided value. Okay, now there will be some requirement that you don't want the decimal point, you just want to have 4. So that you have to convert by yourself. Okay, so you just need to convert into the number, and I hope it will do that. No, it didn't. So here I think, so parse, there is a something. So parse int. Yeah, I have to call this function parse int, and I have to pass whatever the result I had, and it will convert into the 4. Means it will remove the decimal point what you do had. It will just give you the integer value what got divided. So this is the 4 here we got, and this is the another one function. Now here we have seen this arithmetic operator. Let's see the logicals operator. And or, and you will have this not, what we just discussed. And is something which is going to say that all the parameters should be true. And or is something it will consider that any one of the parameters should be true. And here it will convert your number into this boolean in reverse. It will just reverse your number. So now let's see. Here I have this first number and second number. Now I want to print them. So here console.log first number and second number. And if I go here right now, I got this 23. So how this is happening here and how this works. So basically, as you can see, I got this output as a 23. Okay, but I didn't get something in boolean. If you deal with this operator, this will always return a boolean value. Okay, so now it compared this 5. Here there is a 5, so value got true, so it moved to this parameter. Okay, and second is also true, that's why it got printed here second. So now for a while, let's see, I will make this as a true, means boolean value and true. Now if both are true, then print here. So now here, as you can see, this got true. Now let me make this as a false. So here I got the false. So this is the truth table of AND operator. So whenever the both parameter, means how, if you have 3 operands, means 3 variable, all 3 should be true, then only it will return value true. Otherwise, it will return false. Okay. So now let's see how we will see this one. So I will write here one console, one message here, let's say. So hello. Now let me execute. And here, as you can see, I got this false. Now let me make this value as a true. And here you go. I got this hello here printed. Here, this is the one operand, means one variable. This is the second variable. And this will act as a third variable with the value hello. But the thing is, as I told you, that whatever we write here in AND, that will get converted in boolean. So here, if I pass this in a boolean, this will be a true, because this is not an empty, and that is what we have seen here. So a string will return false in case of empty, null, or undefined. So here we got this some value in a string, so it will always be true. So let's not consider this, because it will be always true. So the decision will be made on the value of first number and second number. So now both we have true, so that's why we got this. Now let me make this value as a false. And here, as you can see, I got this false. It's not even going from here to there. Now this can be seen by placing this in middle. So I will just move it here in middle. And now let me execute. Can you see this? I got false. And right now I will make this value as a true and I will make second value as a false. And here again, we have this false. Why? Because this value got true, this value got true, and here once it went for checking, this value got false. So everything become false. That's why we got this. Now, let's say if the first value itself is a false. So here, let's write this as a false. If this value is a false, it will not go for checking these two. That is how it has been configured. And just to think, if this is an AND operation, AND operator we are using, so definitely all value have to be true. First value is a false, it will stop here itself. It will not go for other checking because it knows there is a and for AND, all the values should be true. So it will make decision from here itself, false. Okay, now let's move here to OR operator. So I will just replicate the same and let's go with OR here. So second number. Okay, so now if I print here, as you can see, both value are false, then alone it will print value false. So here I will just add a comment saying if both variable value are true, then it returns true. Okay, if both variable value are true, then only it will return true. But here it will get changed. So I can just write if both variable values are false, then only it return false. Okay. So this is the point have to be noted. So here this value is false and this one is also false. If I execute right now, I will get here value false because both are false here. Now let me provide true first number and right now I will get true value because I have to just check which one is true. If any one of the true, I will just go and execute. I will return the value true. So right now here, this is the true. So this variable itself is a true. So it will not go for checking this second because it knows that I am using OR operator and with OR, I can make a decision with a single one. So here it will execute directly. Now, if let's say the first number variable is a false, means it's false, then in that case, it will go here and it will execute this one. If this is also false, it will return false. If this value is true, then it will return true. Okay, so now we will move to not operator and just we have seen that whatever the result we have, it will convert into the, it will just reverse the result. So we have only two value means in Boolean. So true and false. So if you provide the value as a true, it will get converted into false and it will do the vice versa. Okay, now let's look at the another one. Here I will mark this as a 1, 2. Now there is a third one, and here we will learn about the ternary operator. And this is the one of the thing we will be using the most. For that, let's say I have these two number. So first number and second number. Let's define a number here. So let's say 6 and let's go with 9. Okay, so now I can do, it's more and less like a if condition based. Okay, So if these things happen, then only execute this part, otherwise execute this. Let's understand syntax. And basically you have to write here condition. Okay. And after that you have to write your question mark. So question mark, and your result will be here, means success. If this condition got success, what you need to execute. So here success body will be. Now you have to use colon and you have to write here false body. So I will give a condition here, and if this condition got satisfied, means this will execute, otherwise this will execute. Okay, so now just have a look here. So I will say first number, here question mark, and I will write number value. So value is, and I will print the value. For that I need to write here somewhere, right? I have to get this variable name. So for that, what I can do, I can just write plus first number colon, otherwise, so value is null or undefined. Okay, now let me execute, and as you can see I am not doing console log. So for that I need somewhere to store this. So I will write here, let's say result, and console.log I will print this result. And here you go. So this is something we got from here. Let me comment, execute again. And here, as you can see, first number value is 6. So this result is getting printed. Now, as I said, here, if I do the compare, always it will get converted into a Boolean. If you write anywhere this condition, it will be in Boolean. So right now, let me pass here 0. And here you go. Value is null or undefined, but we have provided 0. So we have to include this 0 here as well, right? Or 0. Now, if I execute, here value is null or undefined or 0. So something like this. Now let's provide this value as a, don't initialize, let's say. I will leave it with let. And now if I execute, value is null, undefined or 0. Because this is returning false, and that's why it's falling here. Now if I write here something like number and execute here, so first number is p. So here, as you can see, this is a string value, and it will get converted into Boolean and it will return true. So that's why it's executing.
I'm sorry, Vikas, to interrupt. I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when does the system automatically converts it to Boolean? I missed it.
Okay. So basically, whenever you are trying to go with the condition, so in case of and or here not, whenever you are trying to use this any operators, it will automatically convert your variable into Booleans. The first thing. Second, if you means as we go, we will learn about the condition and else, right? Here as well, we are trying to make condition based on the value. So their result will be always in Boolean, because they don't understand 1, 2, 3. They will convert into the Boolean and then they will just print them. Okay. So here as well, the same thing is happening, because we are making a decision based on this operator. So if value is true, then only this will execute, otherwise this one. So here automatically it will convert into a Boolean, whether this number is true or false, and based on that it will make a decision. So basically,
So
condition.
there is a question mark because of which it's taking as an operator and then converting it to Boolean.
Yeah. See here syntax, right? So here
Yeah, the condition. So
condition
the
here.
condition itself. Okay.
Yeah. And here I have to define the success body. And if this condition got satisfied, means if just to consider if value is true, it will print this. If value is false, it will just print this. And your condition can be a, let's say, a number of parameter, a number of variable you can write here. So right now I will write here true and show you to you guys as well. And here, as you can see, I missed something, it seems. Yeah. So I have to provide value there. Now, here I wrote this value as a true, and here it's printing first number value is 8. If I remove here as well, it don't care. It will print here. Value is undefined. Don't worry about this message, but this is getting true all the time. Here we wrote true. Now let me make this false, and value is null or undefined or 0. So based on this value, it's making a decision. This is a simple and short circuit, you can say. So here this will be the if what, if this happen, execute this, otherwise means else what, execute this. We have this one operator called assignment, so a different operator completely. So equal, and this double equal, let's say. So first, only one equal will used for assigning. So as we have seen as of now, value of second number will be 9. And we are defining this by writing this equal, and that is called assignment operator. Whereas this double equal and this triple equal will get used for the comparing. So whenever we will like to compare the first value with the second or something like that, we go for double equal or triple equal. If you want to check only the value, then we will go for double, or if you want to check value along with the type, we will go for the triple. So these are basically used for the comparing, and only one equal used for assignment. Okay, so first we will see if condition. So if the syntax will be, so syntax, and first here if, and inside your condition will be, so condition, and it can be a big condition or a small condition, that at the end of the day, that will get converted into only boolean, a single boolean, and based on that it will make a decision. We'll see that thing as well. So now here will be body. So you have to write if, and you have to write your condition, and you have to open this curly bracket, and your if body will be here. So now let's have a look here. So first of all, I will create two numbers. So I can just copy them from there and paste it here. Let's say save. Now again, here if first number, then execute this. So I will write here console.log inside. Now if I execute, as you can see, I got this inside because they have value 7 and it is true. Now let's write a program to find which number is bigger. So for that here, actually, we need another one operator, and that is the relational operator. So I just forgot to cover here. So quickly I cover that too, relational operator, and that operator will be less than, greater than, and again less than, equal to, greater than, equal to. So these are the few. Okay, now here this will again return a result into boolean alone. So here we will see how to use them one by one. Now let's go with the first number. So first number is greater than here second number. So according to my statement, what I wrote is first number is greater than second number. That means I am making decision that first number is bigger here. So I can write here first number is greater than second number. Now let me execute, and here you go. It didn't execute at all. It didn't print this because this condition got false and we are not handling the other thing. So for that, here I will write another one. So let me write and I will reverse this. So now if you can see, I need to modify this actually. So here, as you can see, now this become the smaller and the second number become the bigger. So I will call it as first and second. So here, as you can see, so basically it got printed that second number is greater than first. And that is what happening here. So what happened here, this have checked for this condition and this condition got failed because 7 is greater than 9. So this is not true, right? 7 is smaller than 9, not greater than. So that's why it returned here false. Return false. And it will not go inside the body. It will terminate and from here only it will move to next line. Now here first number, which is 7. So 7 is less than 9. So this condition become true, right? Because this is the less than, absolutely. So here in that case, it got printed this number. And if you can see, I wrote the sentences here inside what my condition is saying. So here, this second is bigger. That's why I wrote here second is greater. Now, how we can use if else? If I am comparing two number, there is a three possible possibilities. First number can be bigger. Second number can be bigger. Or third, both can be equal, right? So these are the three things. I cannot write three conditions based on this, right? Three if conditions. So to avoid this, we have if else. Means if first is not executed, go to else. Means if I have a two number and if you don't consider the equal right now, if first number is bigger, if not, second will be, right? Because we have only two numbers. So for that, let's go with if else. So we have to just go with the syntax as well because syntax will vary there. So second if else condition, here true statement or condition true statement here, else here false statements. So this is how it will be. First you need to write if and here your condition. Now if this condition get true, we have to execute this. If this condition got false, it will come into the else part and will execute this. So something like ternary operator, what we have seen. So now let's see how can we convert this program into this one. So already we have defined two numbers here. So I will use them and write if first number is greater than second number, then I have to print this message that first number is bigger. Else make a decision and call it as that second number is bigger. If not first, second number is bigger. So now let me comment them and let me execute this. And here you go. Second number is greater than first number. Right now, we don't have to write two if condition, what we did at the top. So here, this is the flexibility we will get. So now, what other thing we can do is if you change the value variable, so let's say I made it 70 and executed here. Now I got first number is greater than second. So whenever either a block got executed, the second means very next block will be skipped. Means here, as you can see, this got executed, so else block will get skipped. And if this condition got false, means else block only will get executed. So if block will get skipped. Just before we were talking about the three conditions we have. So first number can be bigger, second number can be bigger, or either they can be equal. So how can we handle that? Okay, so there is a one way. So for that, we can go with if else if. It will be kind of ladder. Means if this condition not got satisfied, check with the second condition. If not, check with the next condition. So something like that. So for that here, let's say 3 if else if condition. Okay, now syntax. So if I will provide here condition else, and here again I can write another one condition. So condition. Okay, now if let's say if this condition didn't got satisfied, I will have here else. So else, execute this block. So if condition, if this condition got satisfied, execute this and it will skip other two block. Now if this condition got false, means this condition got failed, means it will come here and it will check for this condition. So if this condition got succeed, it will not come back here. Okay, it will just come out of it. If this condition also got false, it will come to this and it will execute. So this is what we are going to use right now. So in case of ours, already we have this. So I will just copy this. So first number is greater than second number, then print this message. Okay, so this is how it's look right now. Now I can add another one condition. Okay, or let it be something like this, and on the top of it I can add a condition. So if first number equal to second number, then directly return a message first number is equal to second number. And here this will be considered into else part. So this is how it will look like right now. If first number equal to second number, means if the both number are equal, it will print this message and these two block will be skipped. Now let's say if condition get false, numbers are not equal. So in that case, it will fall here. It will check whether this first number is greater than second number or not. If so, it will go inside and execute this statement. Otherwise, it will come here, means second number is greater and it will execute this. So now let me just execute, and here I got error. So if first number is not defined, I hope I have commented the line first. Okay, here variable name actually n was smaller. So now if I execute, as you can see, first number is greater than second, and that is what here we have. Now let me make it 9, and here first number is equal to second number. We got this message. Now if I increase this value, I will get this too. Second number is greater than first number. And this is the possibility we had here 3. Now, let's say if based on the percentage, you want to make a decision, what is the grade a student have got? In that case, what you will do, you will write a similar kind of else, if else. If is means let's say total average score, right? If more than 60 means first grade. If greater than 45, So in that case, second. If greater than 33, so third. Or let's say less than 33. In that case, what we will say? We will directly make a statement that he have failed in exam. So something like that we can design. Now I can repeat the same thing in a different way. If I want, I instead of writing here two if condition, what I can do, I can write if, let's say this, otherwise I can go inside else and I can write another one if else there. Let me show you how can. So here I just copy it. Now let's forget about it. If here first number and second number both are not equal, then I will go inside and I will write here again if, and I can print my condition here by the way. And here you go. So right now what I did, at the top I have one if condition. So first number equal to second number. So then both are equal. Otherwise means else it will come inside. And this is a single block as you can see. And inside I have another one condition. So right now we know that number is not equal. So here right now I am checking for greater than. If so, print this, otherwise print this. So this is the another one way to write this condition. But it's better to go with this because it will not create more confusion as we go for the nested if else. It will be complicated to understand in future. That's it for today. And tomorrow, mostly we will be focusing on looping. There we will talk about the for loop, while loop, and do while loop as well. And apart from that, we will try to see for each loop as well.